This is the second part of topic B on page 65, starting with text alignment options. PowerPoint offers you several options for horizontally aligning the text within text placeholders and other objects. The text alignment options allow you to position text relative to the left and right margins of your text box. So here I have a text box with the text, "Please let me know how you would like to be addressed in class." On my Home tab, my horizontal alignment options are in my paragraph group. You have four right here. You have your left alignment, which is your default, and this lines your text up to the left margin of your text box. Then you have your center, and here text is centered evenly between the left and right margins. Then you have your align right. Your text is lined up with the right edge of your margin. And then you have your justify option. And here text is left aligned. Additionally, extra space between words or characters may be added to square off the text block. You can see extra spacing is added between words here. And usually, this isn't the best example here because it's just one sentence, but it will square it up so you can see text reaches the left and right margins here. So they try to add that extra spacing to get like a block style. Alright, so that's your justified. By default, everything will be left aligned for your text boxes. Then you also have your align text drop down in that same paragraph group, and this is for your vertical alignment. Again, by default, it is top aligned. All of your text is brought to your top of your text boxes. You can also middle align it vertically, and you can also bring it to bottom alignment. So you have those three options. So you can combine your horizontal alignment with your vertical alignment options to get the exact placement of where you want your text located within the boundaries of those text boxes. Right above your aligned text, you have your text direction. Again, default horizontally, flowing from left to right. You can also rotate all the text 90 degrees. Rotate it 270 degrees so it's flowing up the left-hand side. And you can also stack it. And you can see stacking, not a good idea if you have a lot of text in there. Pretty much just looks like scattered words, but it's actually flowing down. Please let me know how you yada yada yada. So maybe stacked is a good idea for maybe one or two words, not a full sentence or paragraph. You have those text direction options. Again, default is horizontal. Now, flipping over to the bottom of page 80, the Format Shape pane. The Format Shape pane contains most of the commands you can use to format objects such as text boxes, as well as the text within the objects. While many of the commands in the Format Shape pane are available from the ribbon, some commands can be accessed only from the Format Shape pane. The Format Shape pane is divided into two sections, Shape Options and Text Options, both of which are divided into tabs that contain the various commands. To access your Format Shape task pane, if you're clicked into a text box, you get your Drawing Tools Format Contextual tab. If I was to select any of these dialog box launchers on this ribbon tab, I'll go ahead and select the Size dialog box launcher. This is going to open up the Format Shape task pane to the right of my selected slide. Now I'm going to collapse all of these so it doesn't look too busy. In the Format Shape task pane, again, you get two tabs up at the top. Your Shape Options, these are divided into your Fill and Line sections. You can see this little emptying paint bucket has a fill section that I can expand and collapse, and a line section that I can expand and collapse. So that's working with the fill color of this text box. So if I wanted a solid fill, choose that radio button. Down at the bottom I can choose my color. Also set your transparency. Down at the bottom, the line option, again, you can collapse these different sections. Your line option, you can have a solid line or a gradient line. I'll do a solid line. You can choose your color. I'll go stick with black, and you can choose your width. And that's the border of the text box. Okay, so that's your fill in line on your shape options. You'll also have different effects on your next icon. You can set shadow, reflection, glow, soft edges, 3D format, 3D rotation. These options, they are also available on your Drawing Tools Format tab. You have your shape styles. We just did our shape fill. We just did our shape outline. Here's our shape effects. And we have all of these preset options. They're just also available to you with some additional options in your format task pane. So your shadow presets, but you can also change the distance on how far you want that shadow to go. So you get more leverage here in this format task pane of formatting those effects. So your shadow, reflection, glow, soft edges, 3D format, and 3D rotation. All of those different presets for your effects. And then you have your size and properties icon for specifying how large you want your text box to be. The exact positioning of it. We'll get into these more later on. Your text box, how you want the text to fit, and your alternative text. Again, we'll get into those options later on. Then you have your text options tab at the top with 3 icons. You have your text fill, solid fill, gradient, picture or texture, pattern fill. We'll do solid fill. Maybe we wanted purple. That's the fill color of your text. Your text outline. Very hard to see the outline sometimes. If I made that green, and if I zoom into this slide, you can kind of see the green outline there. All right, and then you have your effects just for the text inside of your text box. So this is going to be a shadow on each letter, a reflection on each letter, and so on and so forth. First one we took a look at was actually the shape of the text box. And then we have the third icon, how the text is displayed in the text box, again, which we'll get into later on. So just a quick rundown of your format shape task pane. Your next video will be activity 3.3 on page 70.